Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd. Today is, what is today? Thursday, June 15th, 2023. Imagine that. And guess who we're talking about? The infamous Bonnie Strait. There she is. Hey, Bonnie. She's over there. So, I wondered why she went to prison so quickly after being taken into custody and what that looked like. So, typical me, uh, I went and did some reading. And after doing my own research and reading, um, I've got some videos for you. Due to the length of some of these events occurring with Miss Miss Straight over here. There you go. I wonder if that anyway, uh, uh, yeah. So it. What do I say about Bonnie? Like I explained to y'all when I did my Anna Von Wright's investigation, okay, when I did my Chris Hauser investigation, when I do all my investigations, I go back as far back as I can and try to find the record in the government archives. That's what I did with Anna Von Wright's and her husband, James Clinton Belcher. Absolutely. And that's what I do with Chris Hauser. Basically reverse engineered it. So I kind of did the same thing with Bonnie here. Now, due to my lengthy legal career and litigating in every court between Harris County and Washington, D.C., and having read tons of appellate records, trial court records, you name it. So I'm able to expertly dissect a record or a legal vehicle to give you a little bit more information about what's going on than just that instrument or that event or something like that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw you a picture from the record of Bonnie Strait, okay, of how all this started and how it evolved and how she got to where she is now. That in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Correctional Institution Division Hobby Unit. So I know. And don't think I'm picking on Bonnie because I'm not. I was just curious as to, who she is, how she hooked up with David Lester Straight, how those two got together and, kind of ran around the country, Bonnie and Clyde and everybody. So let's without further ado, let's just dive right in and get to the meat of the story. Well, I can start for you guys. Now, I know everybody probably either saw, in our community, you either saw this ad or heard about this, or sorry, not ad, this article. But basically, this just discusses, the whole license plate thing that David was pitching over at the Republic of Texas, and basically how Bonnie and David incorporated themselves into the Republic of Texas group and kind of tried to take over. And yeah, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I do have personal firsthand knowledge. I've spoken to many people, not regarding this issue, but other issues. So anyway, not to rehash this, but this kind of gives you a little picture. So we'll start here because this is like the latest thing. And then we'll kind of backtracking, and then we'll eventually go back to the beginning and I'll walk you through the whole thing. It'll give you a better understanding of who Bonnie is, where she came from, and why she is in Texas prison today. So let's look at all this. And the reason I'm doing this is because it's to make a very valid point. Because you're going to see in these series of videos, and I believe there's only going to be 4 of them. This will be part 1. You're going to see when Bonnie met David and when she started getting David's help. And you're going to see in the record that occur. And because I know what I'm looking for, I know what I read, and I know how to read it real quick, uh, I'm fixing to show you guys everything that they threw at all the appellate court and all the other courts. Okay. So we're going to see what they did, okay, to get Bonnie in prison. So, all right. So let's walk through this. And excuse me. I've been having internet problems all day, so I've been on the phone with imagine who. Anyway, a well-known member of the far-right movement who is known for his outlandish legal theories has been given the boot as 2 prominent branches turn on each other. Will Sommer, he's a politics reporter. This was updated April 11th, 2023. It was published April 11th, 2023. And I'll get into this a little bit more here. Well, we can listen to it for 6 minutes, but I'm going to read it to you for 6 minutes. Members of the far-right sovereign citizen movement are best known for their clashes with law enforcement. In traffic stops and courtrooms across the country, sovereign citizens have tried and failed to implement their bizarre homemade legal theories when faced with the enforcement of legitimate laws. But now 2 prominent branches of the movement have turned on one another, feuding over a lucrative scheme to sell fake license plates for a non-existent Republic of Texas. The feud pits the citizens of a fictitious entity called the Republic of Texas against David Straight, a so-called sovereign citizen guru whose seminars on his legal theories have raked in big money across the country. Complicating the spat further, Straight's wife was arrested Monday on a raft of charges. In the past, Straight and the so-called Texians have been natural allies. They both subscribe to the eclectic ideas of the sovereign citizen movement, which broadly encompasses groups of people who believe they exist in a parallel legal universe or parallel legal universes and can, through elaborate legal filings and careful courtroom rhetoric, evade actual laws. But the relationship between the Texas sovereign citizens and one of the movement's most prominent members broke down this month after the Texas group accused Straight of getting rich by selling fake license plates that sovereign citizens believe would help them avoid police. In total, the group claims Straight may have made nearly $200,000 off the bogus plates. Straight and the Republic of Texas leadership didn't respond to requests for comments for this article by the author. For the Republic of Texas beliefs in their own legal impunity have turned violent. In 1997, one branch of the group kidnapped 2 people and held them as hostages, demanding the release of a Republic of Texas member who had been arrested for pushing fake legal documents. After a week-long standoff with law enforcement, one of the group's members was killed after shooting at a police helicopter. The group landed on law enforcement's radar again in 2015 after its members sent faux legal documents to a judge, prompting an FBI raid on a meeting. Straight, meanwhile, has become one of the leading figures of the sovereign citizen movement, often pushing his theories at multiple seminars a month where tickets can cost more than $150. at his well-attended events. Straight rambles for hours about his oddball legal ideas, drawing complex legal diagrams on a whiteboard and claiming that the American Bar Association is responsible for most of the problems in the United States. Straight has risen to become a sovereign citizen guru, according to the Anti-Defamation League, ADL. That's another one that's in cahoots with the Southern Poverty Law Center, insisting that his followers can break free of the regular legal system and become free roaming, quote, American state nationals, close quote, if they just buy the right forms from him. Since at least March, Straight has been promoting another potentially lucrative plan, offering tiny 9-foot plots in Republic of Texas for $387. In the twisted logic of sovereign citizens, that would mean anyone in the country could buy a plot and renounce their American citizenship to become Texians. But an add-on deal sold by Straight as part of the land deal went even further, selling a right to travel package for $512 that offered a fictitious Republic of Texas license plate. On his website, Straight claims any driver with the license plates couldn't be legally pulled over by a traffic cop. Sweetening the deal, Straight claimed a holder of the plates could even sue any police officer who pulled him over for substantial damages, with Straight's wife as their lawyer. Are you seeing where this is going? The license plate deal angered the sovereign citizens in the Republic of Texas, who appear to be concerned about running. Concerned about running. I don't know what that even means. In a pop up to their website, the group claimed they have been deluged with unhappy customers complaining about Straight. On their website, the Republic of Texas claims Straight sold the land and plate packages for $897 to more than 200 people, making roughly $179,400. But after running afoul of law enforcement in the past, the Texians say they want no part of this license plate operation, warning that anyone with the plates does so at their own risk, peril, health, safety, and life. And that's Fearless Floyd add-on right there. The Republic of Texas will not be held responsible for the potential unlawful ramifications from the sale of these packages, the website notes. Absolutely. Get rid of that liability. Amid the fight with the Republic of Texas, Straight's wife, Bonnie Thomas, was arrested Monday outside of Fort Worth. She faces 4 charges, according to a county jail website: carrying a weapon in a prohibited place, illegal burning, resisting arrest, and assault a police officer or judge. No further details were immediately available, and it's not clear whether her arrest is related to the fake license plates. As of this writing, Straight hasn't acknowledged that he's been disowned by the fictitious Republic of Texas, where he's claiming to sell land. His website still offers the license plates, plus another unusual benefit: access to a future RV park open only to sovereign citizens. And again, this is by Will Sommer, police reporter. If you want to email him, there you go. Will.sommer at thedailybeast.com. And there you go. That's a little bit about Bonnie, just a little bit. So apparently Bonnie's gonna be your lawyer, according to David. According to the article, get in trouble. Her, that girl, that one, nope, that one, that one. I don't know where I'm at. I'm lost. I'm in cyberspace. That chick over there, that one. She's going to be your attorney from the hobby unit. You're going to get you a jailhouse lawyer. What you think about that? For free. All right. So you can tell I'm having fun. So, you know, from there, what the heck? Uh, what's going on? So, how did all this happen, Bonnie? What's up, girl? Talk to us. Tell us. Let's let's go look. Hmm. Thursday, June 15th, 2023, Times Review. All right. We're going all the way back to October 24th, 2015 by Matt Smith, MS or M Smith at trcle.com. If you'd like to email the author of this article. And this is from the Cleburne Times Review from Cleburne, Texas. Psych evaluation ordered for alleged pistol packing mama. All right, here we go. We're fixing to get into the whole story. All right. And there she is. Teen resident Bonnie Ruth Allen Pieroni Thomas left with her attorney, Emil Lip Jr., in the 18th District Court during Thomas's Friday morning bond hearing. All right. He's just one of many attorneys that she went through as we get through this. This right here, that Pieroni is a married name that we'll run into here in a minute. A King woman arrested Wednesday for allegedly carrying a loaded handgun into the Gwynn Justice Center will continue to be held without bond pending the results of a psychological evaluation. So ordered the 18th District Court Judge John Neal on Friday morning. Bonnie Ruth Allen Pieroni Thomas, 47, was also barred from further contact with her children or her ex-husband, Marc Pieroni, at least for now. Quote, well, you're going to have another one, close quote, Neal replied after Thomas told him she had already had a psychological evaluation. And I'm just not going to do the quotes. Neal assured Thomas's attorney, Emil Lip Jr., that the evaluation will be conducted as soon as possible. Neal said that he will rule later on motions addressing child support of the couple's children and a request that Marc Pieroni's guns be returned to him. Thomas allegedly entered the Gwynn Justice Center about 4 p.m. Wednesday carrying a fully loaded pistol in her purse, which caused the courthouse scanner to sound. Thomas allegedly turned and ran out the door of the courthouse with bailiffs in pursuit, but was apprehended at the bottom of the entrance stairs. Officers arrested Thomas on charges of carrying a weapon into a prohibited place and evading arrest. Thomas and Pieroni, who divorced several years ago, remain locked in an ongoing civil trial. That's a misspelling, typo, in the 18th District Court addressing custody of their children. Neal, that's the judge, in August ordered both Thomas and Pieroni to turn over any firearms they owned to their respective attorneys. Both did so on August 28th, according to affidavits filed by the respective attorneys. Thomas, however, apparently did not turn all of her guns over or secured another gun after August 28th. Court officials on Thursday said it is unclear why Thomas came into the Gwynn Justice Center on Wednesday, as there was no hearing scheduled in her civil case that day. Given that Neal was out of town on Wednesday and Thursday, Johnson County Precinct 1 Justice of the Peace Ronnie McBroom ordered her to be held without bond on Wednesday until Neal could address the matter during Friday's hearing. The fact that Thomas allegedly disobeyed the court's order to turn in her firearms raises another possible criminal issue, which Neal said he will address and rule at on a future hearing. The primary purpose of Friday's hearing, Neal said, was to determine what's in the best interest of the Pieroni children in light of the Wednesday incident. Greg Gorman, Pieroni's attorney, that would be her husband, Mark, requested that Neal's September order addressing child custody and visitation guidelines be vacated and that Thomas no longer be allowed to unsupervised contact with the children. Gorman suggested that supervised visitation by Thomas would be acceptable, but urged Neal to order her evaluated before making such a ruling. Gorman also requested that Thomas be ordered to pay child support and that Pieroni be allowed to have his guns back to protect himself and his children should Thomas bond out and pose a threat. Lippy vigorously objected to what he called Gorman's outrageous demands and said the content of the motions would almost be humorous. It's a weird way to say humorous under any other circumstances. There's been no allegations or evidence of Thomas posing any physical threat or harm to her children or even Mr. Pieroni, Lippy said, which Lippy argued is also true of the Wednesday gun charge. To hold her on no bond is highly irregular and improper, Lippy said after Neal's ruling. There have been no allegations of her posing a threat to this building or anyone in it. No prior history of violence. There's zero indication that she's a threat or danger to anyone or a danger of being a flight risk if released on bond. Well, as an aside, she allegedly did turn and run away from bailiffs. So sounds like she's a danger or threat. This happens all the time. Thousands of people at airports claim they didn't know or forgot they had a gun. It happened to Barry Switzer when he was the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. It's an inadvertent thing that should not be deemed to indicate a danger to society unless you turn and run away. Stop. Hey, stop. Come back. Neal disagreed. My concern is if this was a situation of she absent-mindedly left it in her purse, she was nonetheless ordered a month ago to turn over her guns. And here, just 2 days ago, she's at the courthouse with a gun, Neal said. Imagine that. Although court records list Keene as Thomas's city of residence, several Keene residents on Thursday said that she actually lives in Coyote Flats. Support local journalism. And there you go. So that's the story up into that time. Right? So Bonnie's going to get a psych evaluation. That takes us to October 2015. Okay. So, he's a good guy. I told you, man. I always try to look out. For the girls. You women out there. I know it's always nice to have a nice, strong shoulder you can lean on. So, I always like to help out the girls. It always comes back when you help out the girls. Okay. So we're all on the same page. Here we go. Here's the inmate information details for the one and only Thomas, Bonnie Allen. Sheriff's identification number 038119000, TDCJ number 024466019. One one two three six five nine. They've already processed another million people in there since I was there back in 2002. So 20 years they processed 1 million people. So they're doing about 500,000 a decade, it looks like. I told y'all I'm an expert when it comes to this. I'll throw some other stuff at you, okay? She got 5 years, okay? That's what the judge gave her because, and I'll break this down to you. We'll go over it later. She did a plea bargain, topped out 5 years probation, took that probation, got in violation, bam, went back to court, got sentenced to 5 years TDCJ, okay, which is not a bad thing because you know, it's called courtroom math. So basically, when they throw a number at you, okay, boom, 10. Okay, if you're in Texas, you automatically know roughly 10 months I'm gonna come up for parole if it's a non-violent, non-aggravated offense with no deadly weapon. So you can just pretty much do that courtroom math. They come at you 25, yeah, you can be doing about 2.5 years come up, something like that. So that's how you looked at it. So when they were throwing me all those big numbers, man, that's boom. That's what I was thinking. Can I go down there and do that time? You know, everybody still gonna hang with me. They're gonna fall off like they do. So anyway, so yeah, she's come up. She got sentenced May 5th, I believe. So she comes up in October. Right here, projected release date is July 19th, 2025. This is her parole eligibility date, October 24th, 2023. She can have visitors. Okay, this is her information. Offense date, October 21st, 2015. I told you this goes all the way back to 2015. So that's where we're going to go back. That's where we're going to start in part two of the video. Okay, 5-5, Cinco de Mayo. Johnson County. There's the case number, which we will review. We're going to go back through that. And there's your sentence. 5 years, no months, no days. Yeah, those are just like timesheets. So I've seen a gazillion of these. Hey, guess what, Bonnie? This is how cool I am. Everybody, if you'd like, that's watching this video, because I know how lonely it is when you can be in prison. Nobody's writing you, but I'm pretty sure she has quite the fan base behind her that does support her and puts money on her books for commissary. Well, I'm sure Big Dave does that for her. Wouldn't you imagine? I'm sure she's probably, sure everybody in there's hitting on her going, oh, yeah, that's Dave's old lady. Hey, they're loaded. Anyway, uh, she's over here at the hobby unit right here. Here's the address 742 FM 712 Marlin, Texas 76661 4685. And if you'd like to call and maybe set up a visitation, you'd have to get on her visitation list. But if you're like a potential employer, clergy, ordained ministers, yeah, you are catching on. Or if you're in the legal realm, or even media, call that number right there, that 254 number. You're going to talk to switchboard or the warden secretary, and you're going to set up that appointment and arrange for whatever that looks like. But anyway, that's her address. So if you want to write her, okay, she's at the hobby unit, 742 FM 712, Marlin, Texas, 76661 4685, and write her name on there, Bonnie Thomas, and her TDCJ number. So write her name, Bonnie Thomas, and after that, put TDCJ number sign 2446019. That just might speed it up a day getting to her, because it's not on the article mail. The mailroom may just like throw it in a bin and process it the next day. So that's all. It's expediency. So anyway, so if y'all want to write Bonnie, that's what y'all need to do. There's her TDCJ number. Let me share real quick. Right there. Bonnie Thomas, 244 6019. So, all right. That's part one. Down in the tube. Boom, with Bonnie Straight. Straight facts, kids. Part one. In the books. Sasha, what? I'm on the air. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's part one in the can. Part two, we will start again back in October of 2015, and we'll start to tell the story from the record. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here. Like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, leave a comment below. My sponsor for the show is mortgageauditsonline.com. Sean Adley. Go to that website if you are going to get a loan, or if you've ever had a loan or any type of financial transaction where you signed a contract or an application. More than likely than not, there's fraud in that transaction. Sean will go do a forensic audit. Doesn't matter how old it is. Even if you bought a house, sold the house long time ago, there's still the a potential presence for fraud in that transaction. So he can help you get evidence to get your property back, whatever that looks like, whether it's a monetary property value, or if you want to go get your property back, or whatever that looks like. He'll give you the evidence. Then it's up to you to go to arbitration, or some type of court, district court, circuit court, chancery court, whatever. But that's up to you. So thank you for sponsoring the show. Like I said, his information is below in the description box. MortgageAuditsOnline.com. Hit him up, Sean Adley. Put Fearless in there when you send him a message, and he's going to send you a free info kit. $295 value just for putting Fearless in there. So that's free information. Go check out his website. If you have had any loans, or you're going to get a loan, just the information on his website alone is worth its weight in gold. Get the free info kit as well, man. You're going to be a-okay after that. All right, I'll see you guys in part two. This is a 4-part series. Bonnie straight facts. I'm giving it to you from the record. This is who Bonnie and David are. Okay, pay attention. Y'all have a good time. I'll see you in part two.